the shining light that we bear. We're the only ones to make her brighter, the only ones to make her better, the only ones to make Anambra shine. With our sweat and blood.
Our first key item of the 5 major buckets of our agenda happen to relate to security, law, and order. The difference between where we were and where we are today in terms of security, law, and order seems to be like the difference between day and night. And security, law, and order seem to be returning to Anambra very largely. Some of the deadly criminals have been taken out and taken out for good.
In Anambra State, every day is a story of people on the move. Commuters, entrepreneurs, and families, all seeking for safety for their lives. That sense of security makes everything possible. Under the leadership of Governor Soludo, protecting of lives, businesses, properties, and public spaces had become the central focus of governance. But security is not just about official structure. It is felt by the people that live by it every day. This is Solution Footprints. Join us as we tell the story of how secured Anambra is under the leadership of Governor Soludo. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Let's roll. In the quiet pulse of the morning, before the sun kisses the red earth of our fathers, a new song rises from the palms. For too long, that song was a dirge, a whispered prayer in the shadows of uncertainty. But today, the air in Anambra tastes of liberation. When Governor Soludo assumed office, 8 local government areas were gripped by fear and chaos. There was a time not too long ago when the heart of the light of the nation flickered. A thick suffocating veil had fallen over 7 local government areas in Anambra South Senatorial District, including Obaru.
This insecurity started far back 2000 during COVID era. Then we were misled then, believing that we have Fulani herdsmen in most of our forests here in Ebonese because of a particular broker that continue to pronounce itself, telling people that Fulani herdsmen, they are taking over our forests. Shortly, we begin to witness and notice some kind of unknown faces. When they came in, they claimed they are ECN, that they were sent to protect our forests. So we see them as security people. So there's something gradually growing. Our young people, our youth begin to join them, innocently joining them with a good heart. So suddenly, while 2021 governorship election was approaching, they now changed and make this place ungovernable. While this thing was growing, our people were sympathizing with them. So when government come in them with force, you will see resistance. People will begin to pass information that the police are coming from this area, the military are coming from this area, even cause these people to have much information, and they continue to ambush the police and the military to the extent that our 2 police stations, one in Osu and the one in Aza, they had to burn them. So at a time we don't have security in this area, and the insecurity grew.
In the ancestral groves of Ebonese Zone, Mbosi and Osumo, in the silent corridors of Lilu, Iseke, Azia, and Obulisio, all in the Ihiala local government area, fear had become a silent neighbor.
We've lost a lot of things in Iseke. A lot of these criminals who are indigenous of Iseke, who come around and be killing a whole lot of people. They kill people, they bomb people's houses, they kidnap people, they do all sorts of things, trying to put fear into the people. They loot our schools, hospitals, all the public utilities. We are all vandalized. There was a time, it looks like there is no hope again.
The criminals, who were fallaciously referred to as unknown gunmen, had sought to make their heritage a ghost story, turning their vibrant markets into echoing voids and their festivals into memories draped in mourning. But then came the solution. When Professor Chukwumechao Soludo CFR stepped into the arena, he did not just bring a mandate, he brought a messianic resolve. He looked into the eyes of a trembling state and saw not a broken people, but a sleeping giant. He did not speak in the muffled tones of a politician. He spoke with the clarion call of a deliverer.
Like we said, Anambra is determined to restore peace in our land. Peace and security must reign in our land. We've offered olive branch to all those who are in the bush to come out, surrender your guns, and we'll help to rehabilitate you to play critical roles in the development of Anambra, the southeast, and Nigeria. And but those who refuse to take that option and decide to continue with their criminal activities from the bush, various bushes around, we can only say one thing to them, and that is that they cannot cow the people. Anambra will take back their land.
With that truth, the spell of the unknown gunman was broken. He stripped away the mask of the predator to reveal the face of the misguided. And in doing so, he gave the people back their courage.
Through the intervention of our governor, he started sending security, and we took it upon ourselves. Because the greatest thing we've done to these criminals is that we came out and started calling them by their names. And we started facing them, and we started telling them that we are the people who are here now to face them head on. That is how we started regaining our place.
It was a symphony of strategy, including intelligence as insight, thereby moving beyond mere force to deep intuitive understanding. Using the grassroots shield, state government empowered the community to be the guardians of their own gates. Then, swift surgical enforcement made it clear the era of lawlessness was over.
In 2024, Mr. Governor took a decisive step and said that enough is enough. He was able to set up for the people of Ebonesi alone 4 FOBs. We have FOB in Lille, we have FOB in Osumowu, we have in Iseke, and we have in Mbos here. Then he marched them war for war, bringing in both the police, the DSS, and often he later introduced Operation Udo Gashi, that we were able to clean them away from all these 6 communities, and they were now caged down in Osun. So if not for the governor's intervention, nobody, you will not see a single person in this community.
By September, all these places were bush. Inside this market, we removed 8 explosives they planted inside this market. With the help of the military, we removed 8 explosives. They will lay maize everywhere. If the maize kill you, you will pay them like 300,000 before you will be able to carry the corpse. Otherwise, you will not be able to do that. So, but now, all those things are no more there.
The once deserted community, Iseke in Ihiala local government area, is bubbling again. As you can see, activities are ongoing and people have started returning back to this community. All thanks to Mr. Governor.
Consider Iseke. Once the rhythmic clinking of the basket weavers was the heartbeat of the North trade. Insecurity had hushed those looms, costing the people millions, not just in naira, but in the very dignity of labor. But look now, the baskets are full again. The traders from the north are gradually returning, guided by the lighthouse of Soludo's peace.
Because of this problem, this our market closed. But as of now, God make us to bring open. And as it open, you know, they like before, but now it's open small. And the Hausa people, then they come, then they buy. Before everybody run off, but now we don't come back. So this is our market now, it's open. We are very, very happy.
The economy of the common man, once bleeding, has become healed by the steady hand of the governor.
I sell pure water, mineral, cold drinks. I recharge cards, as well as I charge phone for Basket Dealers Association. That is the women that are selling baskets here. I do POS as well. But due to the problem at this community, I stopped. But recently, about a month and 2 months ago, I started again. Because from the look of things, the way we are seeing it is that stopped.
In Mbosi, life is in place. Peace and normalcy has returned as the people came back to their ancestral home in droves.
Let me say, 4 years ago or 3 years ago, you cannot see anybody here. 3 years ago, you cannot see a single human being. I'm hearing because I didn't come home, and I can never come home because of insecurity. Even for me to come home, I know it is to the glory of God, because for over 3 years, I've not stepped my foot here. Over 3-4 years, I've not stepped my foot in this embassy. But to God be the glory that God used our beloved governor. Had he been there, they are going third tenor, we would have supported him to go third tenor, because he's trying. He's doing very well. In terms of security, he did it for us. He's doing very well. And let him continue with his work. My God and God of heaven will continue to strengthen him from strength to strength. And from there, I believe he's going to presidency.
I want to thank our governor. He tried very well, because bringing Udogashi and the security Aguneshemba, he tried. So at least as of today, I'm in Imbos, moving freely, no disturbance. You can sleep and wake up peacefully. We don't have issue of security now.
This is getting to 6 or 7 months now. Before, it's not moving, but now we are making a lot of progress. So we are really appreciate there is peace and progress in this our area now. So everybody's moving freely.
This is Azia, one of the communities in Ihiala local government area where the criminals once terrorized. But as you can see, the story has changed because everywhere is alive, all thanks to Mr. Governor.
By the Yuletide of 2025, the miracle was near complete. It was more than a holiday, it was a restoration. The roads leading home, once feared, became arteries of joy. Ndi Anambra flowed back from the diaspora like a mighty river returning to its source. In short, across Anambra communities, it was mass return. The silence of the villages was shattered, not by gunfire, but by the thunderous laughter of children and the high-pitched songs of the Umuada.
Since I came here, last year was the best Christmas I celebrated here as a priest. And people were happy and free. And many came home. And they loved it. I really thank the governor, because if he didn't permit our son, he will not do nothing. Because I remember the day I was celebrating Mass and they came into the church to stop me. That was May last year, first Sunday in May last year. I was in the Mass and they came in and they stopped the Mass. I know I called my bishop, but it happened that day. They were having function in Onitsha. And it happened that governor was there, my bishop was there, and it seems Pascal was there. They were all there, and the bishop announced it there, and immediately in the evening, security armed men and everybody, they were sent here. And that's the genesis of the security men in Embassy.
The governor had turned the state of siege into the state of celebration. Families who hadn't shared a meal on ancestral soil for years sat safe under the canopy of a government that never sleeps. This was the testament. Anambra had become the fortress of the East, a sanctuary where peace is not just a policy, but a way of life.
This is Osumowu community in Ihiala local government area. This is a place that was gripped by fear before, but as you can see, normalcy is gradually returning to the place. Businesses are ongoing and people actually came back for the festive period in this community. All thanks to Mr. Governor. We'd like you to tell us the situation of security in Osumowu community. We'll start from how it was before and what is obtainable right now.
Okay, let me start from how it started before. Before Osumowu, both of us cannot stand like this having a conversation. It's not possible. This place was as in nothing to write home about. People are not coming back. A lot of killings, a lot of houses were being burned, a lot of casualties. But for today, I thank God for our Honorable Governor, Professor Charles Soludo. He has done a massive work. I don't know how to thank him. I don't know how the people of Osumowu, we can't thank him enough. Today we can move around, at least currently, through the local government chairman. I brought in a borehole project.
Oh, wow.
We can see people fetching water. Before it's not possible. Before you can walk around, but at least you can see, my car is a very big car, but I can drive. Right there, but formerly I have to run away. But today I'm in my town since on the 24th. I've been in this town till today. Everything is moving normal, the market, people came back, people are doing burial, people are doing traditional wedding. I think the peace has been returned. Everything is normal now.
I want to appreciate our working governor and the solution himself, because he's a man of all people, he's a man of wisdom. And God has been using him in so many sectors in Anambra, not just in security area alone, but other sectors. So I want to appreciate him for what he has been doing in this state and what he's doing now and what he will still do, because we believe that he will still do more.
What did Governor Soludo do differently to ensure this seamless, secure Yuletide? His administration deepened the security architecture with bold, innovative strategies, combining technology, grassroots participation, and relentless vigilance. He nurtured a culture of safety that invited investment, economic growth, and social development.
What you witnessed throughout the Yuletide period was not a fluke. It was a concerted effort to see that Anambra remains safe, starting from the smallest to the biggest communities in Anambra. And I'm sure you may be aware as a journalist that just about a month or two before Christmas, the Commissioner of Police went around the entire state engaging communities, a structure that Mr. Governor had put in place through the Anambra Homeland Security Law of 2025. That is already being implemented in many of the communities. That in my own community, we formed what we call the Security and Finance Committee. And that Security and Finance Committee led the effort to see that the Agune Chamber in the community had all the things they need in order to see that they keep the local community safe. So you can see that there was a multiplier effect of efforts of the Agune Chamber working in different local communities. And that is why that in every local community, we already had a lot of intel about the hotspots, the most likely locations where there will be problems, and deployments were done accordingly.
But his greatest monument is not made of stone. It is the peace in the heart of the grandmother in Lilu. It is the security of the trader in Iseke. It is the pride of every Ndi Anambra who can now stand tall and say, I am home.
Are you living here or you just came in?
I just came for this new year, but I'll soon be going back.
Okay. So when was the last time you came home?
I came back because of the situation of this place is getting better. That is why I came back, but I'll soon be going back.
Okay. So can you tell us, since you came back, have you witnessed any security breaches?
No, I've not witnessed anything.
Okay.
Everywhere is okay, everywhere is calm. People are moving around this place. Everywhere is okay.
Okay.
Everybody that comes to Lille always enjoys staying in Lille because of the environment. The environment is always calm, and people like coming to Lille because of the topography of that environment. But from 2020, it has turned to a ghost town. You hardly see people because of the insecurity. The government of Anambra State has done a lot. They have, at least, it's not easy to have FOB in Lille, at least. And they have been coming with Anambra Agune Chamber.
I want to take this opportunity to thank our able governor, His Excellency, Professor Charles Soludo, for providing the military base in Lille community. I know that this is costing the state a lot of money, but you took the courage to do it for Lille people without minding the cost. It's something Lille people could not have done, but you did it for us. I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for doing it for us. And I know you will do more.
As Governor Soludo approaches the culmination of his first term, over 100 sterling achievements illustrate a transformative journey, one anchored firmly by the peace and stability that good governance sustains.
I'll tell you honestly that I haven't celebrated a Christmas such as this since 2020. And I'm remembering this year specifically because 2020 was the year everybody came around. Then the next year, 2021, my father was ill and he was at this Crown Hospital in Bo. Coming from Onitsha every evening to stay with him, it was so tedious and scary because every day along that road, there was one robbery, one killing, shooting, kidnapping. You know, every day in the hospital, there'll be casualties. 2022 was even worse. I remember in Onitsha in 2023, 2024, nobody had cars. So we're not even going to go to the places that were under siege, the 7 or 8 local governments that were under siege. I'm talking about Onitsha now. Onitsha, which is a metropolitan city, and as such, it's more difficult to hold it down like that, but they tried. There was a lot of incidents. People were scared, you know, but with our revered governor, Professor Charles Soludo's initiative to combat insecurity, we did Udogachi group, you know, working hand in hand with the police. I mean, there's the dividends of that initiative is, I mean, we can't celebrate it enough.
Anambra today shines as a land of infinite opportunities, a beacon of hope where dreams no longer cower in fear, but soar on wings of security and promise.
The truth presently now is that our people have resolved to take back our communities. We are also seeing a result from Adononyeman's approach. His non-kinetic approach is working also. Just like the way the governor's approach has worked in our place. We enjoyed our Christmas season peacefully, without any disturbance from anywhere. So we say a very big thanks to Mr. Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, the orator of Anambra.
From the ashes of fear rose a people united, led by a governor whose resolute spirit rekindled hope. This is Anambra's story, a story of peace reclaimed, communities restored, and futures rewritten.
And all I can say to you is that we'll continue to spend 24/7, work daily, each day, to keep Anambra safer, more prosperous, more united, and the livable and prosperous homeland that we promised will be delivered.
The Yuletide of last year was more than a celebration, it was a declaration. The soul of Anambra is home again. Truly, Anambra is rising.
Security is not a privilege, it is a right and a foundation for life to thrive. That right in Anambra State guides every decision. Governor Soludo is leading the state towards a stronger and a safer future. And that's it on this week's episode of Solution Footprints. Do well to join us again next week for another refreshing episode. Follow us on our social media handles at Solution Footprints on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and Solution FP on X, formerly Twitter. My name is Chidema Oranwa. Indeed, solution is here and Anambra is on the rise.